7-year-old Sanja Pandzic died suddenly in her home 2 months ago. And if the death of a child isn't devastating enough for a family, wait until you hear what doctors did to her body, all in the name of science, and how her parents knew nothing about it. Darryl Konynenbelt has the story.
When I came down, she wasn't moving at all, and I was giving her CPR while my mom was calling 911. They took her to the hospital, and about 10:45, she passed away then.
She was little Sanja Pandzic.
She'll be always something special for me.
But this is more than just a story about a death, about a little girl who died. It's what happened to her after she died that will make you angry and wonder, how can this be allowed to happen?
It's such a big pain, and I feel like half of me is missing, you know.
Can you tell me a bit about your daughter, Sanja? What was she like?
She was something special for me. She was happy, smart. But now the house is empty.
Her casket was here at the front of the chapel, surrounded by flowers and photographs.
It was a traditional Islamic ceremony. The girl's father is Muslim, her mother Orthodox Christian.
This entire chapel was filled with friends and family to mourn. Everything was as a regular funeral as you can be.
That's what everyone thought at the time. What they didn't know, inside Sanja's casket, a dark secret, a confession to be revealed that would destroy this family forever and shake their faith in the medical profession. That secret revealed by a phone call from the Woodstock hospital where Sanja died.
We get a call from a doctor here in Woodstock that was in contact with the university hospital.
What did she say?
She told us she got some memo and note saying that the university hospital still had an organ in their department that they needed to look and test and do some research on it to see if there was something wrong with it.
The coroner had released Sanja's body to the funeral home without her brain.
They still had her brain. I was like, oh my God.
Nobody came to you
No.
for approval saying we want to keep
No.
Sanja's brain?
No.
Nobody came and
No.
asked you for permission, for a
No.
signature or anything?
No.
Sanja was buried without a brain. Hi, how are you?
Darryl. Good, Darryl Konynenbelt.
Coroner Rick Mann. Why did your office need to keep Sanja's brain?
I can't talk specifically about this case. In general, if there are some concerns about an organ that are seen at autopsy, we may need to do some further investigation into that so that we can answer the questions to the family on why their loved one died.
Why did it take so long for the coroner's office to actually contact the family?
The Office of the Chief Coroner made every effort that they could to get in contact with the family. We recognize we're unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it did take as long as it did. We tried to contact the family as best we could.
I find that whole thing hard to believe. I understand you have legal obligations, but common courtesy would say, maybe we screwed this one up.
We deeply regret the pain that this may have that this caused to the family, and we are sorry that they have gone through what they have gone through, and for that we apologize.
The family still says you haven't apologized to them. I mean, you can say it to us here in this camera, and you can say it with me here, but they're still waiting for the phone call. They said they did get a phone call from you Friday that the brain was being returned, but there was still no apology.
I can't comment on what sorts of communications that we've had between the family,
So you're not willing to do that?
I did not say that.
My question is, are you willing to give them
Yes,
an apology?
willing to give them an apology.
And when would you do that?
I'm not willing to say when that is when or if that has occurred.
Well, they only live 45 minutes from here. It's fairly easy.
The brain was given back 2 days after Sanja was buried.
Have you ever had to deal with something like this before?
No, fortunately, I mean, it's not something that I've been in the business for almost 20 years, and this is something that obviously you don't come across too often, fortunately.
What does a funeral home do with a brain? How do you bury a brain?
We needed to have it placed into something dignified for the actual burial, so this is simply a little cremation urn. Hers was white in color, more for a lady.
So then you took the box and you went to the grave and you dug a hole in the grave and then put it on top of the casket? Is that how it worked?
That's correct.
You can see the fresh dirt where they buried the brain.
Part of me always missing. Your laugh, your smile, you begging, everything. God bless you.
The cause of Sanja's death has not been released. The autopsy foul-up is still under investigation. The Pandzics are planning to sue.
Such a disturbing story, and Darryl's with us now with some breaking news.
Mary, this has happened before. In fact, 16 by 9 has learned that the same coroner's department that neglected to return Sanja's brain to her body also failed to return the brain to another young man who died just 3 years ago. His name, James Blair from London, Ontario, and his family just found out about this just recently.